You're not here by accident, warrior. You've arrived because you're seeking something deeper, something real. Let me tell you the harsh truth. Most men are stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. They chase fleeting desires, chasing things that don't last, and never truly understand what makes them stand out. You've probably heard it all before. Looks, wealth, charm. Society has fed you the lie that these are the keys to attraction. But here's the reality. Those things might catch your attention for a moment, but they won't keep it. True irresistibility comes from traits that most men don't even think about. These aren't the superficial qualities you hear about everywhere. They're the ones that define who you are at your core. The kind of man who commands respect, inspires trust, and captivates attention without even trying. But let's be clear, this journey isn't for everyone. It requires effort, discipline, and a willingness to face the uncomfortable truths about yourself. If you're serious about unlocking the highest form of attraction, then you must step up and become a man of value, someone who embodies traits that are both rare and timeless. This isn't about impressing her. This is about becoming the best version of yourself. A man who walks through life with purpose, strength, and unwavering confidence. Because once you possess these traits, she won't be able to resist. They'll pull her in like gravity. So if you're ready to leave mediocrity behind and rise above the noise, stay with me until the very end. Together, we're going to uncover the 9 high-value traits no woman can resist in a man. Number 1. Confidence, the foundation of irresistibility. Without confidence, you're invisible. It's as simple as that. You could have wealth, intelligence, or even the perfect looks, but if you lack confidence, you'll never hold her attention or anyone else's for that matter. Confidence isn't just an asset, it's a necessity. It's the foundation of every high-value trait you'll ever develop. What exactly is confidence? It's the unshakable belief that you are enough, that you don't need anyone's approval to stand tall. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic leaders, understood this when he said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Confidence is about knowing your worth and refusing to let external validation dictate your value. Here's the harsh truth. Most men try to fake it. They puff up their chests, talk louder, and act tough, hoping no one notices the fragility beneath. But true confidence cannot be faked. It's earned. It's born from discomfort, forged in discipline, and solidified through consistent action. It's built when you refuse to quit, when you rise after failure, and when you show up for yourself day after day. Think about this. When you walk into a room, does your presence command attention, or do you blend into the background? Do you speak your truth with conviction, or do you tiptoe around afraid of being judged? The difference between the two isn't talent or luck. It's mindset. Confidence isn't about being loud or boastful. It's the quiet flame that burns steadily within, impossible to extinguish. It's the calm self-assurance that says, "I am enough," without needing to shout it to the world. Women don't just notice confidence, they feel it. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way your voice doesn't waver when you speak, and the way your gaze remains steady, unflinching. Confidence signals strength, leadership, and stability, qualities that women are hardwired to seek. If you lack it, they will look elsewhere. And trust me, they always do. If you're waiting for permission to start, here it is. Stop waiting. You don't need validation from her, from society, or from your past. A high-value man doesn't wait for the stars to align. He moves boldly, knowing that the only approval he needs is his own. So warrior, ask yourself, are you that man yet? If not, what's stopping you? Confidence is the first and most essential step to becoming irresistible. It's time to stop pretending and start building. The choice is yours. Number 2, empathetic listening, the power of true connection. Most men don't listen, they tolerate noise. They nod, zone out, and wait for their turn to speak. Then they wonder why women pull away, label them emotionally unavailable, or lose interest altogether. Here's the harsh truth. If you can't truly listen, you're just another forgettable man in a sea of mediocrity. Empathetic listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about understanding emotions, the unspoken fears, the hidden desires, and the subtle cues she communicates. Women crave this level of connection more than anything else. Believe me, she will always choose the man who listens deeply over the one who only talks about himself. Every single time. Why? Because women are biologically wired to seek emotional safety. Listening with empathy isn't a passive act. It's a strength that separates you from 99% of men who are too self-absorbed to care. When you truly listen, you show her that you're present, not just physically, but emotionally. And that's rare. That's irresistible. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Yet most men live as if they have 2 mouths and no ears, too busy talking to ever understand. Don't be that man. When you master the art of listening, you're not just hearing her words, you're validating her existence. You're showing her that her thoughts, feelings, and fears matter. But let me be harsh for a moment. If you can't master this skill, you'll always be a step behind. She'll confide in someone else, connect with someone else, and eventually choose someone else. Listening isn't just a skill, it's a survival tool in relationships. So warrior, ask yourself, when she speaks, are you genuinely present, or are you just pretending to be? Because she knows the difference. Women have an uncanny ability to sense when someone is faking interest. If you're not truly listening, you've already lost her. Empathetic listening isn't about fixing her problems or offering solutions unless she asks for them. It's about creating a space where she feels safe to open up, where her emotions are met with understanding, not judgment. It's about being the man who stands apart from the rest, the one who values her mind as much as her presence. This is your moment to set yourself apart. The man who listens with intention and empathy becomes unforgettable. Are you ready to be that man? Then start by listening, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Number 3. Chivalry, strength and grace. Let's not sugarcoat this. Most men today have forgotten how to be men. They've abandoned the strength and grace that defined true masculinity for centuries. Chivalry isn't outdated, it's rare, and in a world where so few practice it, rarity is power. When you hold the door for her, walk on the side closest to the street, or stand when she enters the room, you're sending a clear message: I'm not like the rest. Trust me, women notice these things. But here's the truth about chivalry. It's not about impressing her. It's about respect. Respect for her, and more importantly, respect for yourself. Alexander the Great once said, "I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher for living well." So ask yourself, who or what is teaching you how to live well? Chivalry isn't weakness. It's a reflection of strength so unshakable that you can afford to show kindness without losing your edge. But many men get this wrong. They think being chivalrous makes them a nice guy. Here's the brutal truth. Women don't reject kindness. They reject men who are kind because they expect something in return. If you think opening a door or paying for dinner entitles you to her affection, you're not chivalrous. You're manipulative. Chivalry is selfless. It's about doing the right thing because it's who you are, not because of what you expect to gain. Let me ask you this, warrior. When was the last time you acted with honor simply because it was the right thing to do? When was the last time you stood firm, not because someone was watching, but because your values demanded it? Chivalry is a dying art because most men are too weak to embody it. They confuse vulnerability with weakness, kindness with submission. But here's the truth. Kindness without weakness is lethal. A chivalrous man is a rare balance of protector and nurturer. He can lead without dominance and care without submission. And this balance is wired into women's psychology. They crave a man who can protect and cherish simultaneously, a man who embodies both strength and compassion. When you embody chivalry, you don't just stand out, you become unforgettable. So warrior, ask yourself, do your actions reflect the man you want to be? Or are you letting the world convince you that chivalry no longer matters? If you can master this, you'll be the man who commands respect effortlessly, not just from women, but from everyone around you. Number 4, sense of humor, the secret weapon. Let's face it, if you can't make her laugh, you'll never make her stay. Women are drawn to humor like moths to a flame, and it's not because humor is cute, it's because it's powerful. A sharp sense of humor doesn't just entertain, it disarms, intrigues, and captivates. It's a signal that you can stand in the chaos of life and smile, a quality few men truly master. Here's the harsh truth. Most men get this wrong. They confuse humor with clownery. They crack desperate jokes, try too hard to be funny, and end up embarrassing themselves. Women can sense insecurity in humor a mile away. If your jokes are a mask for self-doubt, she'll lose respect faster than you can blink. True humor isn't forced, it's effortless. It's the wit that comes from confidence and the charm that stems from intelligence. It shows her that you're not rattled by life's challenges, that no obstacle can shake your resolve. This is the humor that keeps her engaged, makes her laugh, and leaves her wanting more. Look at the great leaders of history. Even Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, acknowledged life's absurdities with a calm, knowing perspective. He wasn't bitter, he was amused. Humor, at its core, is Stoic. It's the ability to laugh at life's chaos, to show that you're in control even when things go wrong. And when you embody this, you're not just funny, you're magnetic. But let's dig deeper into why humor works. Psychologically, humor creates emotional bonds. When you make her laugh, you're not just entertaining her. You're creating moments she'll replay in her mind long after you're gone. Laughter triggers dopamine, the feel-good chemical, and guess what? She'll associate that feeling with you. It's like leaving an emotional fingerprint that's impossible to erase. Here's the catch. Humor must be wielded wisely. Crude jokes, overbearing antics, or humor at someone else's expense will have the opposite effect. Disgust instead of attraction. The goal isn't to act like a jester, it's to be the king who can lighten the weight of the world with a single clever remark. So warrior, ask yourself, is your humor a reflection of your strength or a shield for your insecurities? Do you use it to connect or to cover up? Women don't want a clown, they want a man who can make them feel safe and alive, even in life's darkest moments. If you can master this balance, you'll become unforgettable. If you can't, let me be honest, you'll fade into the background like so many others who never understood the true power of a genuine laugh. Number 5. Physical fitness, the silent statement. Let's stop pretending this doesn't matter. Your body is your first statement to the world. It speaks before you do. A strong, disciplined physique isn't just attractive, it's a signal of who you are. It tells her that you're a man who takes charge, who respects himself enough to invest in his own strength. Believe me, women notice this more than they'll ever admit. Here's the harsh truth. Too many men let their health slip. They blame time, genetics, or circumstances, but excuses don't build strength. Do you think Alexander the Great led armies across continents with a weak body and an even weaker will? He understood that physical strength was inseparable from mental strength. He trained not just for war, but for respect, his own and that of others. Neglecting your body isn't just about losing physical appeal, it's about what you're signaling. You're telling the world and her that you don't value yourself. And let's be clear, this isn't about aesthetics or chasing six-pack abs, it's about discipline. It's about showing that you're willing to endure discomfort, sweat, and pain to grow stronger. Every drop of sweat, every rep in the gym, every mile you push yourself speaks volumes about your character. Women are drawn to this, not because they're shallow, but because they admire what physical fitness represents. It's a visible testament to your dedication, resilience, and ability to overcome challenges. Psychologically, fitness is tied to dominance. A fit man exudes confidence, vitality, and capability, traits women are biologically wired to seek in a partner. Studies even show that physical fitness is linked to higher testosterone levels, which influence not just your energy, but your charisma, posture, and overall presence. Think about this. When you walk into a room, what does your body say about you? Is it a testament to your discipline or a monument to your excuses? A man who respects his body projects strength, control, and self-respect. And let's be honest, these are qualities that women crave. But let me be blunt. If you can't control your body, how can you control your life? Women instinctively know this, and deep down, so do you. Physical fitness isn't just about looking good, it's about being ready for challenges, opportunities, and life itself. If you're not prepared, someone else will be. So warrior, the question is simple. Are you using your body to reflect your strength, or are you letting it betray your potential? The choice is yours, but the stakes are clear. Master this, and your presence will command attention without saying a word. Ignore it, and you risk blending into the background, forgotten, unremarkable, and replaceable. The decision is yours. Number 6. Grooming in style, the armor of respect. Let's cut to the chase. Your appearance is your armor. The way you groom yourself, the clothes you wear, and the details you care about are all loud signals of how much respect you have for yourself. And believe me, women notice. They notice everything. Here's the harsh truth. If you look like you don't care, neither will she. Grooming isn't vanity. It's mastery over the small things. It's about making sure your beard is sharp, your skin is clean, and your scent is unforgettable, but never overpowering. Women are biologically wired with a heightened sense of smell. A man who smells fresh, with a subtle air of confidence, leaves a lasting impression. Neglect this, and you'll blend into the crowd of forgettable faces. Style is no different. It's not about wearing expensive brands or following flashy trends. It's about owning your look, choosing clothes that fit well, that reflect your personality, and that project confidence. A well-fitted suit, a crisp shirt, even the way you roll your sleeves speaks volumes. It says, I have standards, I respect myself. Marcus Aurelius didn't wear his robes carelessly. Every detail reflected his discipline, his thoughtfulness, and his presence. Powerful men throughout history have always understood this. Why? Because style is communication. It's a visual language that says, I am a man who knows what he wants and how to carry himself. But here's the problem. Most men sabotage themselves. They either try too hard, chasing trends that don't suit them, or they fall into laziness, thinking grooming and style are unnecessary. These are the same men who wonder why they're overlooked, why they aren't taken seriously, and why they struggle to make a lasting impression. Here's the deeper truth. Grooming and style aren't just about appearances. They're tied to your confidence. When you look good, you feel good. And that confidence radiates in your posture, your tone, and your presence. A man who takes care of himself projects control, not aggression, but composure. And let's be real, women crave control, not chaos. They're drawn to men who display traits of order and refinement because it signals emotional and mental stability. So warrior, look in the mirror. What do you see? Are you presenting yourself as a man of value or someone who doesn't even respect himself? Grooming and style aren't about impressing others. They're about embodying your worth. Because if you don't respect yourself, why should she see value in you? The truth is harsh but undeniable. How you present yourself determines how the world and women respond to you. Master this, and you'll command respect wherever you go. Ignore it, and you'll be dismissed before you even have a chance to speak. The choice is yours. Number 7. Emotional maturity, the calm in the storm. Emotional maturity isn't just about controlling your emotions. It's about understanding them, embracing them, and using them to your advantage. Too many men let their emotions dictate their actions. Anger, jealousy, fear. They allow these feelings to take over, reacting impulsively and losing control. But true strength lies in not being ruled by your emotions. Instead, you own them. You respond to life's challenges with calm, reason, and self-discipline. This is what separates boys from men. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoics, ruled an empire amidst chaos. But what set him apart wasn't just his leadership. It was his ability to maintain emotional composure. When his generals failed him or when his empire faced collapse, Marcus didn't lash out. He turned inward, reflected on his emotions, and made decisions from a place of wisdom and calm. That's the power of emotional maturity. Women are wired to seek emotional stability. They're drawn to men who don't crumble under pressure, who can face adversity with strength and clarity. Think about it. How can she trust you with her heart, her future, or her life if you can't even handle your own emotions? She's looking for a man who leads with wisdom, not impulsiveness. A man who knows when to be gentle and when to be firm. Let me be harsh for a moment. If you allow your emotions to control you, she'll sense it. And if she senses chaos in you, she'll instinctively move away. Women aren't attracted to drama. They're attracted to peace. They're drawn to the man who can create calm in the storm, not just in his life, but in hers as well. Emotional maturity also means taking responsibility for your feelings instead of projecting them onto others. It's about knowing when to step back, reflect, and respond thoughtfully, rather than reacting in the heat of the moment. This self-awareness builds trust, respect, and admiration. So warrior, ask yourself, how do you react when life challenges you? Do you let anger or insecurity take over, or do you respond with calm and reason? Emotional maturity requires self-awareness, control, and responsibility. It's not easy, but the rewards are undeniable. When you walk this path, you become a steady force in her life, the one she can rely on when things get tough. You become the man who brings stability and security, someone who leads with strength and compassion. And that warrior is a kind of emotional strength no woman can resist. The question is, are you ready to master yourself, or will you let life master you? The choice, as always, is yours. Number 8. Resilience, rising stronger every time. Life will break you. That's not a possibility. It's a guarantee. The real question is, what will you do when it happens? Too many men fold under pressure, retreating into excuses or self-pity. But resilience, warrior, is what separates the forgettable from the unforgettable. It's the ability to rise after every fall, to face adversity with unshakable determination, and to come back stronger than ever. Here's the truth. Women admire men who thrive in adversity. Not just because it shows strength, but because it reveals character. When life throws challenges your way, do you crumble or do you adapt and overcome? She's watching how you handle failure, setbacks, and struggles, not because she wants you to be perfect, but because she wants to know you won't give up when things get tough. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's forged in the fires of discomfort and failure. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, said it best. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Adversity isn't a roadblock. It's an opportunity. It's the test that proves what you're made of. Let's be clear. Resilience isn't about ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the struggle, learning from it, and continuing to move forward. Every time you fall and get back up, you're showing her and the world that you're not just a man who survives, but a man who thrives. This strength is magnetic, it's inspiring, and it's rare. But let me be blunt. If you crumble under the weight of every challenge, she'll notice. Women instinctively gravitate toward men who can weather the storm. They want someone who can remain steady when life gets chaotic, someone who can protect not just himself, but also those he cares about. If you lack resilience, you're signaling that you can't be that man. So warrior, ask yourself, how do you handle failure? Do you give up, or do you see it as a stepping stone to growth? Resilience is a mindset, a discipline, and a choice. And every time you choose to rise, you're not just building your strength, you're proving your worth. When you embody resilience, you don't just stand out, you stand tall. You become the man who's unshaken by life's storms, who turns obstacles into opportunities, and who inspires others to do the same. Women can't resist this kind of strength because it's wired into their nature to seek a partner who can endure and lead. So the next time life knocks you down, remember this. It's not about how hard you fall. It's about how strong you rise. Will you stay on the ground, or will you prove to yourself and to her that nothing can keep you down? The choice is yours. Number 9. Purpose. A life with direction. Do you have a purpose, or are you just drifting aimlessly? This is one of the most important questions you'll ever ask yourself, warrior. A man without purpose is like a ship without a rudder. He's at the mercy of the tides, constantly swayed by distractions and outside influences. Women can sense this, and trust me, they're not drawn to a man who lacks direction. Purpose is more than just having goals. It's the deep, unshakable understanding of what you're striving for in life and why. It's about waking up every day with clarity and moving towards something bigger than yourself. When you live with purpose, it's not just attractive, it's magnetic. Women are instinctively drawn to men who know where they're going because purpose creates stability, ambition, and confidence. Here's the harsh truth. Too many men go through life aimlessly, doing what's expected of them without questioning if it aligns with their true desires. They follow the script society hands them, get a job, make money, settle down, but never take the time to discover what they're truly passionate about. A man like this doesn't stand out. He blends into the background, forgotten, because he lacks the fire that makes him remarkable. Marcus Aurelius understood the power of purpose when he said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Purpose isn't given to you. It's something you define and commit to. It's what fuels your actions and gives your life meaning. Living with purpose transforms everything. It shapes how you spend your time, how you make decisions, and how you interact with others. It gives you the ability to say no to distractions and yes to opportunities that align with your vision. And women? They feel this. A man with purpose radiates energy and certainty, qualities that are irresistible because they create a sense of security and inspiration. But let me be blunt. If you don't have a purpose, you're not just lost, you're replaceable. Women don't want a man who drifts through life, waiting for something to happen. They want a man who makes things happen. Someone who knows his path and walks it with conviction. So warrior, ask yourself, what drives you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? If you can't answer that question, it's time to start digging. Purpose doesn't have to be grand, it just has to be yours. It's the guiding light that shapes who you are and what you stand for. When you live with purpose, you don't just attract women, you inspire them. You become the kind of man they can't ignore, the kind of man they want to follow, because your direction gives their lives meaning too. Purpose isn't just a trait, it's the foundation of a life well lived. So what's stopping you? Define your purpose, live it boldly, and watch as everything, including her attention, starts to align. Warrior, the traits we've uncovered today are more than just tools to attract women. They're the foundation of a life worth living. Confidence, empathy, chivalry, humor, fitness, style, resilience, emotional maturity, and purpose. These aren't just qualities women can't resist. They're the traits that separate high-value men from the rest. But let me be honest, most men won't take this path. They'll stay stuck in mediocrity, chasing superficial goals and wondering why their lives lack meaning. That doesn't have to be you. You have the power to rise above the noise, to stand tall in your presence, your purpose, and your power. A high-value man doesn't beg for attention, he earns it. He doesn't chase approval, he commands respect. And most importantly, he doesn't settle for less, he becomes the man others aspire to be. So, what's your next move? Are you ready to take on the challenge of becoming the best version of yourself? If so, start today. Start by building these traits, one step at a time. The journey won't be easy, but the rewards will be undeniable. Leave a comment below saying challenge accepted if you're ready to commit to this path. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another opportunity to level up your life. Remember, warrior, this isn't for everyone, but it's for you if you dare. Your journey toward becoming the man you are meant to be starts now. Are you ready to take the first step? The choice is yours.